All right, up first we have Aries rising and sun. So for you guys, this Scorpio new moon is happening in your 8th house. And Mars, which is actually your planetary ruler, is right next to this new moon in Scorpio. And one of the messages that I had coming through really strongly is I feel like you guys are going to become aware of what has been a distraction for you and what has been limiting you in terms of maybe beliefs or behaviors or habits, or even things of the past that are assumptions that we carry forward that have been limiting you, holding you back, keeping you stagnant, or have been keeping you stuck in a cycle of busyness. So I'm going to circle back to that. But with this eclipse being next to Mars, this is ultimately trying to hone your focus. So I said eclipse. I keep saying eclipse. Jesus, it is a new moon. There's just been so many eclipses lately, I can't remember. So this is a new moon with Mars, your planetary ruler, in the sign of Scorpio, gaining your focus and attention into one specific direction, unifying things, clarifying things, feeling purposeful, feeling like you're pursuing your dharma, or the things that you are energized by and focused on are totally in alignment with you 100%. And as this is a new moon in the 8th house, that means that there are elements of the past that you are having some kind of emotional new beginning in. So the 8th house has a lot to deal with. Well, on a more practical level, it could have to deal with things like shared resources and money and debt. So there could be elements of that area of your life that you're having a new beginning in. But also in terms of the more psychological aspects, and especially because this is in Scorpio, which is very psychological, there are parts of your own psyche that you are becoming aware of from the past that have been carrying over into your present moment, and you're deciding to just take out the trash. You're like, I'm over this, I'm done, I want a true new leaf, a true new beginning. I just saw 222. So this could also involve money or relationships, but there's a need to create stability in your life where you're like, I'm so done with that past viewpoint. I'm so done with that old goal. I'm so done with my set point being so low. I want to make more money. I want to achieve more stability. I want to have more relationship success or happiness. And I see you guys rewiring your brain in a way to no longer be skewed by past circumstances and past beliefs or past events. And this new moon is a little volatile because it's opposite Uranus. So your planetary ruler opposite Uranus may have you feeling like you are a little bit stimulated right now. You might feel like you are pulled in many different directions. And that's really something I see very strongly with this 5 of Wands card. This is a card of competition. And I think maybe there's a potential for, this to be literal competition. But I think for many of you guys, it's internal competition of, I have this goal that's competing with this other goal, that's competing with this other priority. And you guys are not... You're coming from a reactive place with this fire ant card. You are Aries, you're Mars ruled. You tend to go where your passion goes. If you're angry, you'll express it. If you want to have sex, you'll go have sex. It's like whatever you're wanting, you do, you follow it. And I think with this fire ant card, it's almost like saying that that's what has been leading you astray and having competing opportunities and desires and goals, because you've been following your whims, you've been following your instincts. And right now it's almost like we need to pare down and get clearer on how to focus our instincts into one specific direction to have more powerful results, because you're ready to overcome, old limitations. And the only way you can do that is by directing all of your energy into, not all of your energy, but directing more of your energy into that specific, train of thought, or that specific goal, or that specific manifestation in order for this to occur. And I feel like you guys have been a little bit stuck with this Hanged Man card. And I think that this is possibly why, this is happening in the 8th house, which is trying to help you get unstuck. But this Uranus energy opposite the new moon, opposite Mars, is helping you also get unstuck. You might have honestly been stuck because you were doing old things that kept you in a cycle. And that could look like, for example, I think for many of you, this is financial, but doesn't have to be. But if there's something financial happening, for example, it's you continuing to purchase that same expensive thing over and over again. It's you not actually making behavioral changes. And it's almost like we need radical improvement, radical focus. And Scorpio is a sign of extremes. And so we are kind of needing to be a little extreme here to get all of ourselves on board, instead of being like, oh, we're gonna have balance and we're gonna do this like slowly. It's like, no, we're gonna do this in 6 months. We're gonna save $600 a month. We're gonna just cut out all these small little subscription services. We're not gonna go out to eat. We're gonna and it's like you get really extreme and serious for a short period of time in order to be able to achieve that goal. And I think this is going to do wonders for you. I think this is really going to do wonders for you. And I think you guys are going to be having lots of new ideas come to you with this opposition with Uranus, and a lot more clarity on how you can actually get out of this cycle. And that might look like not just saving money, but making more money. That could look like changing your behavior in a way that you hadn't considered before, and doing things in a way, in a, you know, kind of revolutionary way for yourself, where like, I haven't really thought about it this way. I've never really tried this before. Let me actually sit down and have a plan. Let me have an income goal. Let me see, like, write a list of all the things I need to practically do to actually achieve that income, for example. So these are all just kind of signs of having the openness right now from the universe to receive guidance on how to change our behaviors. And for you, for many of you, it's going to create more stability in your life. And this could be emotional stability. This could be material stability with, you know, things that you own, like your house or other resources, or just financial stability and confidence in yourself. But regardless, there's changes of behavior happening here that are going to create that stability and that survival instinct that is helpful for you. This new moon is also making a T-square, so both Uranus and Mars and the moon are all squaring Black Moon Lilith in your 5th house. So again, this is really showing you where your dark desires, Black Moon Lilith, your unconscious drives towards, you know, stimulation, towards gambling, towards sex, towards going out to eat, towards shopping, like the pleasures of life and the immediate gratification of life, have actually been a source of an issue for you and are ready to be drawn to the surface and the truth realized around how that's not in integrity with your long-term goals. And I think that once you do that with this tarantula card, which is all about focusing on our purpose and our dharma, we become clear about what it is that we're here to do, and what it is what our behaviors, what behaviors are in alignment with that dharma and that purpose. So it's becoming a lot more conscious and intentional in all areas of our life, or maybe more so like the stability area of your life. So the things I mentioned around confidence and money and our resources, it's like the consciousness is coming online. And I think also we're coming into, with the Swan card, greater creativity and greater healing energy. So we're working on a vision that is coming from a healed place and a creative place. It's like we're getting these kind of divine downloads, and that's, you know, this new moon making a trine to Neptune in your 12th house. This might come through your dreams or just random downloads in meditation, things like that, where you're envisioning what it is that you can do differently and living in accordance with your own integrity and with things that you, with your ultimate purpose and your dharma, will help also facilitate more of these creative visions. It's like they'll feed off of each other. The more that you're living in alignment and maybe spending, for example, in a way that feels like it's moving you towards your goal, the more the universe is going to show you new ways to make money, new ways to heal your relationship with money, and things of that nature. So these things build upon each other into like a success spiral. And ultimately, I think the important thing is to not be so distractible, not be so busy, not be so reactive, not act on every idea. You're going to have lots of ideas, but we really want to have some kind of way to assess the quality of these ideas. We want to make sure that that we don't act on everything, because this is a time of a lot of stimulation for you, and we need to ground these things into reality and focus. And so having lots of ideas can be helpful, because when you have hundreds, then you can have one really brilliant one. And that's the purpose of this, not to follow 100 different paths. So keep that in mind, as the focus on your ideas is key here. I also see you coming out to coming out of self-limiting beliefs, being overly critical of yourself and opening up to new perspectives with this Eight of Swords in reverse. I feel like where you felt that you were trapped financially or trapped in terms of confidence, that you felt like you weren't moving forward, you kept telling yourself some kind of storyline that wasn't true, and now you're coming out of that. With the Four of Swords in reverse, I feel like you guys have, again, maybe been a little bit impulsive in your action, and you have either led yourself to burnout or you have been the opposite. You've been inactive and you've been stagnating. Regardless, what I feel like you're doing is that you're busy in your daily life and you're not actually moving forward on your long-term vision and big dharma purpose goals. And that is what I think you're coming into focus with, is I am in alignment now with my long-term vision and not just running around in my short-term life getting all this stuff done. So I feel like you guys are addressing this exhaustion and you are focusing, and that's the ultimate goal of this new moon. It might take some time, but I think you're going to have some clarity come through at this time, and it's going to be very, very powerful for you. So you are at a crossroads right now. Do you want to choose the same life you've been living, or do you want to choose alignment with your purpose and your dharma? That is the question for you. If this resonates with you guys, don't forget to comment down below. I love to read your comments and they really help my channel. Also give me a thumbs up and share with your friends. And if you want a 2024 forecast, I'm going through month by month, and it's like at least an hour and a half long reading. Some of them have been going so long. But I will sit down with you and talk about everything that's been going on in your life and how that kind of pertains to your 2024. So it's been really interesting so far to see kind of the developments for people and these really big life changes that they have coming up. And I pull also cards for each of the months. So it's quite extensive. It takes me many hours to complete before we get on the call together. And then that is also many hours in the call. So it's definitely something that's really thorough. So if you're interested in something like that, if you want the support and guidance for the year ahead, then check out my link down below. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye.